Hello, beautiful souls. Okay, so I just wanted to come on here and share something. I was talking to a friend about this yesterday, and I think this is really important and really relates to like the theme of this group. Um, and I'm gonna turn my heater off so it's not as loud for you. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so we can get so distracted sometimes in life and in the doing and the busyness, and sometimes we get caught up in our mind and it's hard to slow down. And so what and then we use different tools like as a distraction, like social media, or maybe drinking or watching a movie, binge watching Netflix, like whatever it is. And so like what I did when I noticed, like when I was moving through a lot of my grief, and I noticed like maybe I was using social media or maybe I was using food as like a distraction to really be with my feelings. And so what I decided to do was I decided to commit to like an hour of creativity, like before I checked my social media, or before I watched the YouTube video I wanted to watch, or before I watched a movie. And what happened in this period of time was, this was like a couple months ago when I really started doing that. I actually wrote a song. I would go in Ableton and I would say I would spend an hour, and I'd end up being in there for like a couple hours. And now my song is like, I'm mixing it right now, so it should be hopefully released by the end of this month. And I called the song like Break Up the Habit or Breaking Up the Habit or something like that, because it really helped me to kind of break that the distraction of just like doing the thing that kind of what's the word, um like the avoidance and kind of just not dealing with like what was present. And so if I at least dedicated time to creativity, then oftentimes I would spend longer doing it. So what I would invite you to do is I would invite you to, before you check your social media, before you sit down and watch a movie, before you do any of these things that maybe aren't quite as charging or as productive, I would invite you to sit down and journal for 5 minutes, or sit down and play the guitar for 5 minutes, or go on a walk for 5 minutes. And it really, you can just commit to like 5 or 10 minutes. My music teacher says, like, if you can do it for 5 minutes a day, that's better than 1 hour once a week, because it entrains the habit of like every day. And usually, almost always, if I sit down on the harmonium or the guitar or an Ableton and I commit to 5 or 10 minutes, I'm usually there a lot longer. Not always on the guitar, but like definitely definitely in Ableton. Like I could get lost in Ableton for hours. So it could be painting, it could be whatever makes you feel really nourished and gets you really in the present moment. Coloring, it could be writing, it could be singing, it could be dancing. Put on some music if that helps. Like if you're not playing music, but you want to do something else creative. I love painting to music. I think that's like really nourishing, just really some like kind of like down tempo, kind of chill, like beats in the background to like kind of keep the vibe of like the art. But whatever works for you. It's just, this is an invitation to kind of break that habit of whatever might be taking up a lot of space that's not very productive. So just inviting that in. And what I would love to hear is in the comments, like what comes from it. If you try this for a week, I'd love to hear if you've created anything, or just if you've had any breakthroughs.